Thriller of a game yesterday night, and we are here to talk about the match on Time Out with Sports Adda. Good morning, Yash. What a fantastic game yesterday. Did you sleep properly, or was the adrenaline rush of watching the match kept you awake?
Arey, don't ask me. I told in the previous show also I got like a manicure for myself. It was such a nail biter. I was constantly biting my nails because I was worried who is going to win. And winning by 1 run is such a small margin, and cricket has become so competitive now that you really can't choose a winner.
Absolutely, but we spoke about very briefly about AB de Villiers. I'm struggling to now find anything worthwhile to actually praise him. Like how can anybody be so consistent in in this format of the game? He took the match away right at the right time with that 23 runs in the last over.
Absolutely, and the most important thing is Akhil that he has not been playing international cricket for over a year now, but still to maintain his consistency and play against such an attack because Delhi have a very good attack. If it were a Punjab at this point with a low confidence or maybe a Rajasthan, I would have still felt that yeah they are low on confidence and ABD is ABD, but against Rabada, against players like Akshar Patel with so high confidence, and he really took the game away the last over.
While the batting actually was exceptional with both Hetmeyer and De Villiers batting the way that they did. I wanted to first touch upon the wonderful bowling that Delhi also did. Avesh Khan is
Yeah,
proving to be a revelation the way he is bowling. Ishan Sharma just came back into the squad instead of Ashwin, and he also looked like he's been a part of this. He's played game after a while now. I think after New Zealand,
yeah.
he's not played too much of like top league cricket. So, I mean, very, very nice that Delhi have such backup options ready, isn't it?
Absolutely. There was something that a commentator had picked that Avesh Khan was the man who was leaving Umesh Yadav and Ishant Sharma out. So you can imagine the amount of the power that they have in their bowling lineup. Now speaking of Avesh Khan and Ishant, I think they hit the perfect lengths yesterday. They didn't try too much and they had a plan. With Avesh Khan, I saw a lot of Yorkers go right. Even with Rabada, when he bowled Yorkers, he was bang on target. But as soon as he hit
Yeah.
those good length, he was dispatched everywhere.
Fantastic. I was really happy to see Hetmeyer score also. I think I have high
Yeah.
very I mean I like that player. I think he's batting at the correct position for Delhi also. Where he gets yesterday he got 7-8 overs to show what he can do. And
Yeah.
between him and when him and Pant were batting, it was like a dream for all us cricket fans to see two such power hitters, very short and like stocky and like very strong players coming and smashing sixes. Unfortunately, Rishabh couldn't finish it off yesterday, but I don't
Yeah.
think Delhi will be very unhappy. I think both all their players are getting starts and like they're getting some match time. So you think Delhi will be disappointed with the way that they couldn't finish?
See, disappointed in that sense that yeah, 2 points really matter in a cricket game, and when you are playing IPL, you obviously want to play the first qualifier and not the
Yeah,
eliminator.
as
That's
a
the
number one or
priority
number two.
as a number one or number two because that gives you a cushion if you lose that first game like Delhi had last season. But speaking of yesterday's game, it was a very close game, so they won't take it that seriously. It will be like yeah, and they lost to a good team. It wasn't a bad performance by Bangalore as well. But yeah, Rishabh Pant will be kicking himself that he could have played a bit better if he looks back at his performance yesterday.
Okay, perfect. So yesterday's match is fine. Like we got a last over, last ball thriller. Today
Yeah,
there's a big game coming up, and you're already wearing a yellow jersey. So should I assume that you're supporting Chennai
absolutely,
today?
absolutely. That's the reason why I wore this jersey. So no need to say who I'm supporting. You should know who I'm supporting.
Okay, fantastic. So, what do you think? Will Chennai now? They are moving to a new venue. I think the first game in Delhi today.
Delhi.
So,
Yeah.
do you think the lineups from the last matches will change for both the teams
There could be only one probable change I feel could be a Moeen Ali comeback. That's all I can think of.
for the Chennai
Because
lineup?
yeah, that's the one thing I just have on top of my head because
Hmm.
they don't need any other change because I see Firoz Shah Kotla pitch can provide a little bit of assistance to the spinner, little
Hmm.
bit. And with Moeen Ali, he's a very good batsman as well. So probably in a place of Dwayne Bravo, if they would think about it, or Imran Tahir, I'm not sure really because Imran Tahir bowled really well last match. The
Yeah.
thing with Chennai is Dhoni has so many options. कि पता नहीं क्या करूं. It's something like that. But Dhoni gets his combination right every time. That's his greatness, you know.
That's his greatness as a captain, absolutely. And what about Hyderabad? They've been struggling with injuries. We saw
Yeah,
Natarajan going out. We saw Bhuvaneshwar missing last match.
yeah.
Do you think they'll go for any changes now?
Yes, I think it's high time that they get back in Manish Pandey in place of probably a Virat Singh, because Manish Pandey in the end is a experienced Indian cricketer. You need a Manish Pandey in your team in the fielding as well. You know what difference he can make at long on, long off, and the outfield. And probably they could think of Bhuvi as well. If he's match fit, he could get a chance again in this playing 11.
Okay, okay, fantastic. Whenever Hyderabad play, there is one person that we always look forward to watching. At least I personally do. Yes, that's right. That's how the action goes. Rashid Khan is a huge impact player each year of the
Yes.
league. Like you look, oh, we have some numbers for Rashid also. 8 matches, 6 wickets. So while the average is not very great, economy is fantastic, isn't it? He's still conceding less than seven, and against all good players of spin. So Raina, Raidu, Dhoni, all of them have been good players of spin. Do you think he'll be kept back and he'll be got on to bowl when Jadeja and Sam Curran and the big hitters of Chennai come on to bat?
With Rashid Khan and with David Warner, they have this combination that Rashid Khan doesn't bowl according to the batsman. He bowls how he wants to bowl. He wants the batsman to play according to his game plan. I've never seen David Warner save a Rashid Khan, to for a Dhoni or for someone who can't play the leg spin that well. He will play him out when he wants to play him out. The thing with Rashid Khan is we know how good of a player he is, but still he gets the one up on every batsman in the IPL. I don't think he's been hit for more than 40, hardly once or twice in his career. That is very
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 rarely.
commendable for a spinner in Indian cricket.
Absolutely. That's absolutely right. Again, two batsmen I'm looking forward to as a one-on-one contest here are the key openers. Like we all know how openers have been crucial, and
Yeah.
Faf du Plessis and David Warner are like the cornerstone of both their teams. So while Warner has not really got his regular success so far, De Villiers has been De Villiers. Sorry, Faf du Plessis has managed to get the 50s, but I think they will both again be very crucial, right, to give the important starts in Delhi.
By talking of De Villiers, you just made me realize we can't get him off our minds the way he's
Yeah,
playing.
right.
No, but yeah, Faf du Plessis has been an impact player, and I've said it over and over that he has not got as much credit that he usually needs to get for the performance that he's given. And speaking of David Warner, he has taken a different role in this team. Through the years, he's grown as a player as well, and since 2016 to now, he has been so consistent for the Hyderabad team that you can't think that he's never, in form. He just needs that one game to get back. And I feel David Warner is the man to watch out for Hyderabad because he really is an important player in their batting lineup.
And Delhi is the ground where he actually started his
Yeah,
IPL career, if you
IPL
remember,
career.
where he got all
Yes.
those runs for Delhi, and then Sehwag said that you should play test matches. So that's how it will be like a homecoming for him in a way. Will he go
Yes.
back in familiar conditions of scoring runs, right?
घर आजा परदेसी तेरा देश बुलाए रे. Yeah,
Absolutely
something
great,
like
man. So while I'm going to wait and like ask you for the pick for today, while I know who you have picked, I wanted to get one interesting guest on our show today.
yeah.
Our show is like is a show where we get interesting guests on. So I wanted to call one of my friends who's been working in the cricket business for a while. Can we please have Shailesh on the show, please?
Hi guys,
I
Hi,
say yes.
Shailesh. Good morning.
good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you feeling? How are you watching the matches? Where are you watching the matches in isolation at home, or you're watching
Oh
them?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm based in Bangalore and very much at home because of the situation outside. And yeah, it's great to catch up with the game because situation outside is not that positive as it is. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's lovely to catch up every evening with a kind of exciting cricket that's happening all over now.
And you've been so used to going to stadiums, watching matches. You watch matches across the cricketing world, Australia, New Zealand, England, everywhere, South Africa. Uh, Tell us something, maybe first time that you went and watched a game at Bangalore, do you miss that atmosphere where you go to the stadium and then the support for the home team is amazing, like we all know. How is the atmosphere
Absolutely.
in Bangalore?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's always been tremendous atmosphere at the stadium. I was pretty fortunate to visit most of the games in earlier times. But yeah, but the Bangalore is a special kind of a venue where you have, such a friendlier atmosphere all over, and the crowd is so responsive to each, whether their own team or opponents kind of achievements, or even single kind of boundary or wicket, whatever it is. So it's fantastic, but we are missing this last year as well, missed last year as well, and this year as well. But hopefully next year it should be okay to go in the stadium and witness the game. But it's always been exciting. I mean, I can assure you, there is no place on earth than the stadium to witness the game. Yeah, absolutely fun.
Absolutely. I forgot to give a very basic introduction about Shailesh. Shailesh is a long-term friend and he's been handling sports marketing for Nike for over
Wow.
15 years now. So he's had a lot of rich experiences talking cricket, discussing cricket, and actually working with some of the top international cricketers and teams with that. So, any favorites in terms of working country-wise, Shailesh, where you've had the most fun going and like working with the cricketers or going and watching games? Any memorable, any favorites, any stadium that you can tell us about?
Hey, it's always great to be at any venue. To be honest, to go and witness the game of a cricket, and there is no. I mean, see, to be honest, as I said, I was privileged to travel with the team most of the times, and there were so many monumental achievements Indian team did in last so many years. But
Pick
yeah,
one as your favorite, which is pick just one. Tell us one.
so my favorite would be 2011 World Cup win. I mean that you cannot beat that, to be honest. It's such a kind of achievement by the team, and the hard work I've seen through. The journey they went through is phenomenal. I mean, 8 months in advance, these guys started almost 1 year in advance. They started planning. Everybody's fitness was improved at when they entered into the tournament, and amazing. I mean, the positive vibes throughout. You can talk numerous things, but yeah, it's always been a in my memory, the top rated kind of a tournament. And obviously when it was India, of course, Wankhede Stadium in
Mhm.
Mumbai, you cannot beat that. And
Yeah.
the night of that particular win, I cannot forget also. So it's such a team, as you can say. It's a hard work, as I said. It's like a building up to that level, because I've seen the fitness levels, the kind of a team inspirational, and the mental strength and conditioning coach was there. He was like, I mean, everything was like came into a perfect mixture.
Yeah.
And the guys were absolutely pumped up to win the cup, and they never thought
Great.
kind of anything else than the win the cup.
Great.
Yeah, that was like a
What
favorite,
about
as you asked.
Okay, what about the venue? Any particular venue across the
Hmm.
world, cricketing world, where you actually said that, boss, I want to just sit and watch this. Maybe Lords, you've seen games at Lords also.
Yeah, so see, historically, I mean, obviously, tradition-wise, Lords, you cannot. I mean, just to sit there and watch the game itself is like you achieved everything in your life, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I love that old traditional English vibe over there, and lovely to witness the game. And you can sit anywhere and watch the game. But I was like awed. I mean, maybe blown away by the massive kind of feel to the stadium was a MCG, of course, Men Cricket Ground. I mean, that is, I mean, one of the best stadiums in what I've seen so far. And every nook and corner of the stadium, and I was fortunate to be on the boundary line also. I mean, just to witness that. I didn't go to the center of the wicket because obviously it's not allowed, and I cannot. But it's such a it's a big bowl of thing. I mean, you just have to look and experience that. So it's fantastic. I mean, as I said, every stadium has its own feel. Of course, in India as well, you be in even Chepauk, or our Bangalore Stadium, or maybe Wankhede. Of course, I mean, everywhere you have a different vibes, and I mean, I love that. I mean, of course, there's a no better place than be in the stadium. That's the only thing.
Absolutely. Melbourne and the tour that they give us around the stadium, where you go and see the museum there, where you
Yeah.
have Shane Warne coming and explaining how a leg spin is bowled by him. It's outstanding. I mean, it was a memorable experience for me also at MCG. Uh,
True.
what I wanted to know, and Yash is a young cricketer. He's playing at a club level right now in Mumbai, and I know there are lots of stories where young cricketers, when they first meet the international Indian cricketers like a Sachin or a Rahul or a VVS Sehwag, they are always wondering what to speak or what to talk to them. And you've also, Shailesh, been in that position where maybe when you started your career, you also had to talk to these legends, and they were legends at that time also when you started working. So any particular incident where, how did you manage to speak to maybe a Sachin first time, or how did you speak to a Rahul bhai or a Viru bhai at that time? Any particular incident or story you can share?
Oh, it's it's always a dream come true, when you go and see them at least first. Forget about talking. I mean, the words don't come to your mouth at all. To be honest, for me, I was very particular in terms of not speaking much or anything like that. I just say hi and how are you, that's it, because I know you tend to process too many things at that time, and then you end up speaking something which is not relevant also. So my entire approach was very calm, cool. Whatever it is, I know these guys are gods. Of course, it took me almost 3 to 4 years, to be honest, after my job, to speak to Sachin and say hi, master. I never said Sachin, of course, but to see master. And once he was at the one at I think at Bangalore nets at NCA, and I was like behind the kind of a side on the nets, and I was talking to somebody else, and that time he looked at me and just waved it to me. That time it broke the ice, actually. That time, after 3 years, and then I
And
started
one more.
obviously, like, yeah, then I started conversing in terms of work and other things, and now, I mean, obviously it's like pretty much settled and nice. So yeah, everybody has that moment of initial breaking the ice, maybe. But yeah, you have to be calm and cool. You cannot just go bouncing off the walls and say something weird. Yeah,
Absolutely. I mean,
that's the
those are
story.
people that we've grown up while we were growing up, and we've seen them on TV
True,
and like on billboards. So it's a very different one.
true.
Also, one player who's a decent player, who's probably scoring a lot of runs. He's also incidentally the captain of the Indian cricket team. Uh, you and me have watched him when he was like just coming up from the ranks, and uh, he was scoring runs at that time also. But you've seen him since a very young age, isn't it? Uh, can you tell us, like, mentally, how you've seen him grow, or maybe something about how he changed his fitness? Uh, any short anecdote about that?
Yeah, see, there is no substitute for hard work, to be honest. When I see the captain of Indian team, I mean, phenomenal. I mean, I don't have any other words to. When I saw him on under 19, captain at that point of when I joined organization, and fortunate enough to handle the under 19 team as well. And he was. I mean, it's such a story of uh, bringing yourself into a kind of a mold, which is bound to get success. I mean, no other options for that. It's such a hard work. As I said, I mean, there's no substitute, and we see them only on that particular time period between the matches. But beyond that, there are a lot of sacrifices. There are a lot of things which player has to go through, mental, physical, everything. And obviously, as you rightly said, we've seen Virat grow from how I mean, he's legend, of course, no doubt about that. But the kind of journey it took is a lot of things he had to stay away from, or maybe sacrifice things, and then look at his physique. I mean, he brought the entire lean structure, or the kind of strength, and kind of this the kind of physique, or maybe the kind of a strong build up to his
Yeah.
even punches to the
Yeah.
particular shot. He got
Yeah.
amazingly well built kind of strength in himself. So it's like a combination of a mental and physical, of course, as everybody knows. But the work he gone through is tremendous. I mean, there were some patches where he felt like, I mean, he's not going to achieve anything. I think, especially in that England tour when he was like not connecting properly, but he took it in a different stride, and he worked hard towards to achieve his kind of perfection
Absolutely.
thing. And yeah, that's a great story, to be honest. I mean, you can every youngster can look up to him and see not only the endorsements, but of course the kind of things he achieved with this particular journey is amazing. I mean, everybody can get
Fantastic.
inspired at any age, to be honest. Yeah, it's not only young guys. Yeah.
One thing I also appreciate, and I've seen you work very closely, is the kind of relationships that you've built with players individually for so many years. That's been a very crucial part of your job. So people like Ravichandran Ashwin, people like an Ajinkya Rahane, those have been people that you've been working with for a very, very long time. So, and I've personally seen at 2015 World Cup when I was in Australia, we had a small, we had a, we met there, and I've seen you working there also. So, any nice experiences of how do you nurture these relationships for like so many years? Is it very easy? Is it difficult dealing with players sometimes? How do you nurture such long-term relationships?
See, it's there's no secret to it. But to be honest, it's just it is a attention to detail. To be honest, to every relationship, I mean, you need to understand what do they want, or what exactly is needed at that particular point. You can say no also, you can say yes also. I mean, there are tons of things you have to manage, right? It's not only the one thing. He needs some shoes, or he needs some clothing, or he needs some help in terms of anything else, logistics wise or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's not that part only. There are thousands of things which we have to maneuver, or maybe get through the to achieve something, what we require. So relationship is depends obviously on individual, to be honest, how you maintain. I mean, uh, it's you can be a friend with them at all at every time, or you can be in awe of them and then sit sidewise and don't do anything. I mean, that's more dangerous, I feel. So you need to open up as what you are. Basically, it's just a personality, what you are, and how you can bring some sweetness to that relationship, how you bring that cordial kind of wavelength should match, and whatever the things are there, you need to just balance it out. It should not be extreme things then. So I believe, yeah, I mean, players or athletes are obviously, they are ground level people. They are not kind of a high end kind of a people which actually perceived by some people. But no, I mean, they are very much grounded people. They mingle around with groundsmen, they mingle around with net bowlers, and they know what world is outside. I mean, it's not that it's a different breed. They are like us only. I mean, you have to build that relationship in a manner that obviously he also feels the same way, right? So yeah, so it's quite there's no secret, to be honest, just what you are. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So we can go on and have this long conversation, but we have like a restriction on time on this. So today's match, we are just going to take your thoughts on today. Chennai versus Hyderabad. We know where who Yash is supporting. He's a huge MS Dhoni fan. That's why he's wearing the yellow T-shirt today.
No
You
wonder.
have worked. You have also worked very closely with MS, and I mean for many years. So, any particular affinity towards any team today, Chennai or Hyderabad?
Ah, see, I to be honest, I don't judge anything. To be honest, I go as per my understanding, and the I mean, the World Cup winning captain is always been a favorite for everybody, and I'm no exception to that, because I believe in him. He'll bring something which is very special all the time. Now, looking at the last IPL, look at this time, and these guys are top again. Topping the charts. So Chennai, obviously, my bet is on Chennai, of course. I mean, the MS will take it away for everybody. I think so. Yeah, this season will be
Okay.
good for Chennai. I think so.
Okay, Yash
Okay.
is smiling after that statement.
Because I
Yes.
like him even more now. I like him even more.
Okay,
Great.
fantastic. Fantastic, Shailesh. Thank you so much for joining us. Absolute pleasure having you on the show. And thank you, Yash, again. As usual, nice to speak to you. And we shall all get back tomorrow and have a chat again. This is Time Out with Sports Adda. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much for having
Thank
me, and
you.
all the best to you
Thank you.
guys. Bye. Take care.
Bye bye.